Now, there are definitely guidelines to consultation. When it comes to your belief system, to your moral values, you don't just consult anyone. You need a pure source to take your faith from. Quran, the Prophet, the Ahlul Bayt. You need that pure source. You can't go and consult people, hey, do you think homosexuality is good or bad? Habibi, God told you it's immoral. That's it. You don't need to consult anybody about that. When God has revealed to you right and wrong, there's no consultation. Yes. What do you consult? Application. Okay, there's homosexuality in my society today. Some families may have someone in their own family. Okay, don't take individual, unilateral action. If you're in that situation, consult how to deal with it. That's what you need to consult. So when it comes to getting your own moral values, no, you take them from Quran, from Allah, the Prophet, and the Imams. There's no consultation compromise there. You don't let anybody influence you. Let me consult an atheist. Is there really God or no? No. You know there is God. Yeah, you can debate an atheist, sure, and show them the proofs. But let's say you're trying to, today there's atheism, it's on the rise. You're trying to figure out how to combat atheism. Consult. Don't just come up with your own way and do further damage to religion. Consult, how do I respond to atheists? That's an area where you need to consult. Remember, make that distinction. When we talk about consultation, the Prophet's not consulting his companions what's moral or not moral, what's right or wrong. It's application. Should we go to this place for the war, logistically, or this place? Right? The Prophet's not consulting them in the belief system. He's giving them the belief system. And as a mu'min, you have to accept the Prophet. Don't argue. Accept the belief system from him. But in terms of application, because believe me, most of the problems we have is in application. Most of the fights that we have in society between people, between a husband and wife, they're from the same religion. They have the same values. If you theoretically ask them God, Ahlul Bayt, goodness, lying, cheating, anger, they agree with you theoretically. Where's the problem? Application. How do you run the house? How do you make decisions? How do you do this? How do you do that? How do you treat one another? It's in the application that we have friction. The Prophet's teaching us, in application, consult, consult, consult. So that's a very important distinction to make. Now, just a few points about shura and we'll conclude. One hadith states the reason why, if you want to break it down, the reason why it's helpful, positive for you to always consult is because when you want to make a decision, your decision is always meshed with desire. Think about that. When you want to make a decision, as good as you are, you're not infallible. There is an element of your personal desire in it, and that's why you think it's good. You yourself, it's almost impossible for you to separate your own desire and what you selfishly want for yourself with what's really good and what's fair. Most people can't do that, let's face it. Because the way that we look at the world is based on our wants. It's based on our desires. It's based on our selfishness. The hadith states that you basically are meshed with your desires when you're coming up with a strategy. But the person that you consult, when you go to a person who's not involved in your case, who has no personal interest in your case, that person can usually, if that person is an expert, of course, and wise, that person can give you a very unbiased, fair, rational advice that's not mixed with desire. You can't do that because you're involved in the case. Go to someone who has no personal stake in what you're going through. That person can give you good advice because he's not impacted by this whole desire thing. It's not his business, he doesn't care. Whatever happens to you, he's not going to be impacted. Ask someone like that in that position. And that's the beauty of shura. By the way, if you look at the hadiths of history, they tell us that the minbar of the Prophet, the Arabs didn't have a pulpit. They had stands. You stand on like a platform and you just give a speech. Or on a stick you would hold and you would give a speech. The Prophet got tired. Every day he's giving these speeches, he has to stand before his people, he got tired. So he consulted his companions. One of them said, let's build a pulpit, a minbar. So they built a minbar, and the Prophet would sit on that pulpit, on that minbar, and he would give a sermon after the Fajr prayer, the Dhuhr prayer, the night prayer. See, that's the beauty of consultation. It encourages creativity. It brings solutions to all aspects of life. One hadith from the Prophet ﷺ states, لَن يَهْلَكَ إِمْرَأٌ عَنْ مَشْوَرَةٍ. You'll never perish or see destruction if you consult. Another hadith from the Prophet states, مَا مِن رَجُلٍ يُشَاوِرُ أَحَدًا إِلَّا هُدِيَ إِلَى الرُّشْدِ. Allah will guide you to guidance if you consult others. Just consult. Now, back to that first point that you raised, do you consult anybody in any matter? One hadith from the Prophet states there are a category of people, don't consult them, never. Who are they? لا تشاور جبانا فإنه يضيق عليك المخرج. Never consult a coward, because he always make things look gloomy for you, so that you never have the courage to step in. Don't consult a coward, jaban. The second one, وَلَا تُشَاوِرِ الْبَخِيلِ. The one who's stingy, never consult a stingy. He does not give you good advice. Because he'll never get you to your destination. He's stingy with resources, with everything, with his outlook. And never consult a greedy person. A greedy person is blind to the reality of life. He doesn't see the world as it is. Because a greedy person always embellishes that which is despicable, as the hadith states. These three people, stay away from them. Anyone else, consult them. People with expertise, people who have experience, consult, consult, consult.